The night the river, once a source of life, turned into a force of destruction and came for their home. Unaware of the impending disaster, the Khan family was fast asleep, dreaming dreams of a bountiful harvest. Young Fatima, only 10 years old, with eyes full of innocence, remembers the terrifying roar that shook their humble mud brick house to its very foundations. Her father Ahmed, a lifelong farmer, whose hands were weathered by the sun and soil, knew the river's unpredictable moods intimately. But this surge, this unbridled rage, was undeniably different. Water surged relentlessly, mercilessly swallowing their precious cotton fields and their family's future prospects in a matter of minutes. Driven by instinct, Ahmed grabbed his family, his wife and young Fatima, and a small bundle of essential clothes, wading desperately through the rapidly rising murky water, each step a struggle against the current. They could hear the sickening sound of their home collapsing behind them, a symbol of their shattered lives. They joined a growing stream of terrified families fleeing in sheer terror, their faces etched with disbelief and despair. Forced to abandon everything they owned, losing their entire life savings and cherished memories in a single devastating night. Seeking refuge on higher ground, they became climate refugees, displaced and vulnerable in their own beloved country. The following days blurred into a relentless cycle of hunger, agonizing uncertainty about the future, and the deep gnawing grief of unimaginable loss. The precious resource of clean water was completely gone, replaced by stagnant pools of disease-ridden floodwaters, posing an immediate threat to their health. Ahmed looked into Fatima's dust-streaked face, her eyes reflecting the trauma she had endured, and wondered, with a heavy heart, how they could possibly begin to rebuild their shattered lives. Tragically, their story is not unique or isolated. Millions of people across Pakistan are facing, or will soon face, the very same devastating fate. This catastrophic flood was not a random act of nature, but a direct and undeniable symptom of a rapidly escalating global climate crisis. The Khan family's heartbreaking loss serves as a stark and urgent window into the devastating impact of a rapidly warming world, demanding immediate action. What immense force can transform a life-giving river, a source of sustenance and prosperity, into a raging torrent of destruction overnight? What could possibly cause such a dramatic and devastating change? The answer, in short, is climate change. Earth's atmosphere acts like a protective blanket, a delicate shield surrounding our planet. It's designed to trap just the right amount of heat from the sun, creating a stable environment that makes life as we know it possible. But the relentless burning of fossil fuels, like coal and oil, has significantly thickened this atmospheric blanket. This thickening causes it to trap an excess of heat, leading to a gradual warming of the planet. Carbon dioxide, a byproduct of burning fossil fuels, is the main culprit behind this dangerous phenomenon. It's like turning up the thermostat on a global scale, raising Earth's temperature like a fever that won't break. This overall warming has far-reaching consequences, disrupting established weather patterns in every corner of the globe. We're seeing an increase in the intensity and frequency of heavy rainfall events, as well as the formation of stronger and more destructive storms, and the emergence of longer and more severe drought conditions in many regions. The delicate balance of the water cycle, essential for life, is being thrown off balance, leading to unpredictable and often devastating consequences. Climate change is far more than just experiencing one unusually bad flood or a particularly hot summer season. It represents a fundamental and long-term shift in the Earth's climate system. What were once considered rare and isolated extreme weather events are now becoming increasingly frequent and intense, a new and alarming normal. For families like the Khans, who depend on the land for their livelihoods, this global crisis translates into a devastating local impact, threatening their homes, their farms, and their very way of life. Their world, once predictable and stable, is now being turned upside down by forces they can barely comprehend. They are facing challenges brought on by forces far beyond their control, highlighting the urgent need for global action. Pakistan's weather, once predictable, is now erratic and violent. Monsoon rains arrive with unprecedented ferocity, causing catastrophic floods. Glaciers in the north are melting faster, swelling rivers, and triggering superfloods. In 2022, a third of the country was submerged, affecting over 33 million people. While some regions drown, others like Balochistan and Thar face relentless drought. Crops fail, wells run dry, and survival becomes a daily struggle. Extreme heat waves now threaten cities, pushing temperatures to dangerous levels. This trifecta, floods, droughts, and heat waves, shows Pakistan is on the front line of climate change. The future is increasingly extreme and unpredictable. Extreme weather devastates Pakistan's most vulnerable. For farmers like Ahmed, floods destroy crops, livestock, and years of hard work. Droughts leave land barren, forcing families to abandon their homes for crowded cities. Floods shatter communities, destroy infrastructure, and isolate villages. Urban areas face flash floods, overwhelming drainage and damaging homes. Food and water security are under threat. Crop failures mean shortages and rising prices. Contaminated water brings disease. In drought, finding any water is a daily struggle. Mass migration strains cities and breaks families apart. The psychological toll is immense. Lost homes, shattered dreams, and growing insecurity. The human cost of climate change is measured in lives, not just numbers. Despite the immense challenges and setbacks, the people of Pakistan continue to demonstrate remarkable resilience and unwavering ingenuity in the face of adversity. Communities are proactively building raised homes, a practical solution to mitigate the impact of recurring floods. They also plant mangroves along the coastlines, creating natural barriers against storm surges and erosion. Farmers are adapting by cultivating drought-resistant crops, ensuring food security in increasingly arid conditions. The government is actively improving early warning systems, providing timely alerts to vulnerable populations. Simultaneously, efforts are underway to restore degraded forests, recognizing their vital role in regulating water cycles and preventing landslides. The ambitious 10 billion tree tsunami campaign aims to significantly boost forest cover across the nation, enhancing carbon sequestration and promoting biodiversity. But Pakistan can't face this escalating crisis alone. Global emissions from industrialized nations are a major driver of these devastating disasters. Wealthier nations who bear a greater historical responsibility must step up to support adaptation and recovery efforts in vulnerable countries, sharing crucial technology, providing financial aid, and building capacity. Climate change demands immediate collective action, a united front, and a shared sense of responsibility from every nation. Each and every one of us can contribute and help by consciously conserving energy in our daily lives, diligently reducing waste through recycling and responsible consumption, and by actively demanding climate action from our leaders and corporations. For families like the Khans, who have already endured so much, and for the well-being of future generations who will inherit this planet, we must act decisively now. Protecting our planet and securing a sustainable future is a shared challenge and a collective responsibility we all share. Together, with unwavering commitment and collaborative spirit, we can build a safer, more resilient, and ultimately a more sustainable world for all.